Hey, IDS 302. I'm starting with you today. I got three classes now, so I'm going to do three videos. It's a bit frazzling. Is that a word? Um, Good morning. No, good afternoon. It is 1:16 on Monday, October 18th, right? Okay. Weather's getting great here in Phoenix. Those of you who are here, trying to get away with using my glasses here. Shout out to Lamar for giving me advice on trial periods. Um, all right, so let me see. Where am I? Where am I? Hey, some housekeeping issues I'd like to get out of the way. If you're ever missing your Easter egg points, let me know. If you sent the email, if I replied, and if it's the next day, windy out there, and you haven't gotten them yet, let me know. Sometimes they slip through the cracks. Sometimes they're there, then they'll disappear because the way the grade book is, if I put somebody's in, then I hit enter, it goes to the next person. If I accidentally delete you, so just keep me posted on that. Don't be afraid to ask, okay? Um, let's see. What else do I got here? Okay, so doing the readings. This is module one, by the way. Welcome. In terms of the intro module, let me see what we got here. We had a pretty good showing of enrollees showing up. I think I've got a couple, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven who didn't watch the video. Yeah, that's a lot. But only two who have not done the academic integrity agreement. Three have not done the syllabus quiz, and only one, two, three did not do the discussion board. But I think one of them's got an excuse I had give out. So pretty good showing there right off the bat. Syllabus quiz, it looks like everybody got 8 out of 8. Nice. Well done. Okay, so onward we go to module one. And let me compare my notes with everything. Okay, so let me start with the readings that you got, learning materials, okay? And again, I'm just going to remind you that if you wait until that little calendar pops up and tells you you need to do something, you're going to be in trouble. Well, just don't expect to really get much more than a C, even that, if because you can't do these things same day, really, on a lot of them. But looking at the review materials now, a lot of you, some of you, a few of you were in my 301 either last semester or before. All this stuff I got to move just to get to the stinking book. And this is the third edition we're using now. And so I do all the classes with my students. So I reread things and went through this. Now on Canvas, there is the disciplinary pyramid diagram as well as the disciplinary approaches diagram. I'd like you to review those. If you have me in 301, you've got those already, and some other 301 instructors will use those, but it's important on some of these. Some of you might say, why am I using the same textbook? I got to read the same things. Yeah, because it's good. It'll stick with you, okay? When you learned to fly a plane, did you do it the first time and that was it? No, you went back a few more times, right? Bad analogy. Okay, so look at those diagrams and understand where we fit in terms of the disciplinary. At the bottom is intradisciplinary. Intradisciplinary is one discipline. It's what people study. I mean, I'm getting a master's degree in, God, I can't think of anything. In sustainability. That's it, sustainability, okay? Intradisciplinary. Then you've got cross-disciplinary, which even Tanner kind of gets rid of. Don't even worry about cross. I mean, it's one discipline looking through the eyes of another. So one discipline kind of dominates, one does something. So it's like the mathematics of music, okay? It's like, ooh, red card against my Venezia team. And it's like yeah, the music. I lost my train of thought. Sorry, but cross-disciplinary. Then there's multidisciplinary. Okay, that's when you got sustainability in business, but you just do two different things. It's great, double major, major minor, whatever. It's multidisciplinary. Then there's interdisciplinary. The difference between the multidisciplinary and us is the integration, right? IDS equals integration. You should know that. Remember that. That's the best definition for it. If you need to explain it to a boss, a job interview, a weird relative, whatever. What's interdisciplinary studies? we integrate disciplinary insight, focus, analysis, right? All right. Now, there's going to be a page in here about ethics. Ethics in research is very important. You're going to be quizzed on that later. So keep in mind that there's ethics involved. The IRB is the Institutional Review Board, and almost every institution has one. And what they do is they get proposals for research from students, faculty, postdoc researchers, what have you, anyone under their realm there. The Institutional Review Board looks at it and decides if it can be approved, because especially if it's sensitive, they usually do this only when it's sensitive data collecting, things like that. So sensitive groups would be minors, would be certain victims of abuse or domestic violence, sexual violence. It could be Native Americans, an individual group of people. There's very specifics in terms of what you can and cannot research. Of course, then we've got to avoid those because we don't have time to go to the IRB. IRB only meets every couple months or so. So we're going to stay away from those topics which are sensitive, and it's good to familiarize yourself with that. Then we get into the readings. It looks like a total of about 50 pages for everything. 50 pages. You got this, right? So the one-page article by Meath, A Matter of Definition, one page. If you added 301, you probably saw it in 301. You're getting it in 302. It's important. It gives you context to what you're doing as an interdisciplinarian, okay? Then you've got The Nature of Research, Leedy, 7 pages. That is from this one. This used to be the textbook for this class. It used to be very, very, very difficult. I got away from it. But I copied, which I can do, the first 7 pages, I think, on what is research and what is not research. Very important, you know this. Very important. I'm really, by the way, impressed or manipulated. No, there was a lot of students, so many students emailed me the Easter eggs and said they were so excited for this class. And besides adding pressure on me, thanks so much, and asking, are you crazy? No, it's great. I'm glad you're excited about it. And so dig in, realize what research is not. Remember we talked about that last week about, it's not what you did in high school. It's not gathering information, self-fulfilling, self-enrichment or regurgitating to somebody else. It's different. So read about that. A short piece on thinking and writing like an interdisciplinarian by ASU principal lecturer Dr. Brian McCormick, 2 pages. Just talks about what it means to be an interdisciplinary writer. Dr. McCormick lives in Sydney, Australia, and he's part of our faculty. It's always interesting to see him. He comes to our meetings. He's always a day ahead of, kind of. It's pretty cool. All right, and he's featured a lot in the journals, Interdisciplinary Studies Journal. Oh, by the way, let me get this thing out right here. Don't spill your coffee. Don't. I think I showed you Interdisciplinary Studies, and this is the AIS. Oh, Texas Tech printed. But it is the Association for Interdisciplinary Studies. We had our conference over the weekend. How fun was that? Not very, because it was on Zoom. I was in a couple of sessions, sitting outside. I was wearing a sleeveless shirt and a bandana. I just came from the gym, and it was about about aging, and I got on. It was about half a dozen of us, and I had to say something to turn my camera on and stuff, but it was kind of funny. They kind of chuckled, so don't worry about it. It's AIS. We're cool with jeans. But the next year, the conference is going to be in Sonoma. Oh my God, I want to go so bad. I'm going to go, and ASU will pay for it. Dang it. Or at least the entrance fee. Not getting there. I'm going to drive the coast. It's going to be great. And if you join, you get a student rate of like $50, and you get involved in this. Be part of something. Come on, get up. I joke. I kid. And the embarrassing part of the video has concluded. So then you've got, click here, it takes you to a web page on Alan Repko's Key Characteristics of Interdisciplinary Research and Writing. Yes, it's from a master's degree page, but it's very quick, and it just gives you another ideas, something about context in terms of being an interdisciplinarian and doing research and such. It's like 2 web pages, piece of cake. Then from the text, which is on the first quiz, chapter 1, 2, and 3. Now, when I reread it, all this stuff, I got excited. Granted, it doesn't take much nowadays, but I did get excited because when I reread everything every semester, it's like, this is really cool. This is it works. It works. And it fits so well in our 21st century climate, I guess. So I was, again, I was excited, and that's always cool. So again, it's going to be repeats for some of you, and I have no problem with that because it's good to reread it. It's good to remind yourself about certain things. It's your textbook, okay? Okay, side issue, ask me anything about anything in the class. If you want to ask me about anything, you can ask me about anything, okay? If you want to know why I wear two things, I get a lot of that. Okay, this is a Fitbit. I've had this, I just got it last year. I've had Fitbits for years. I love how it measures my heart rate, my sleeping, my activity rate, my steps. I love that, and I don't want to get rid of it. This is my Apple Watch 6 from last year. I love it because it's an extension on, my iPhone, whatever the hell this is, the 12 Max, Pro Max, and my MacBook Pro, and my iPad that I'm video on. It's all part of the same sequence. And so I like having that. But I used to wear this on my left hand and this on my right. And then I hurt my wrist last December, and I went to see a wrist hand doctor twice. And he told me, don't wear anything on your left wrist for about a year and it will get better. So actually, I think it's getting a little better. It's kind of, otherwise, it feels like a permanent funny bone kind of thing. Well, anyways, but I always get asked that, so that ought to save you. Okay. And yes, that's a lion. Okay. So let's see. The Tanner model, that's what we're using, right? The Tanner model. And it's on page 34. You'll see all these different models of interdisciplinary analysis. There's the Repco model, the Klein model, the Newell model, and the Tanner model. We're using the Tanner model because it's 5 succinct steps, and I like it. We like the way it fits. Marcus Tanner was at the conference. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but all our big shots. In fact, I was in these rooms. It was like, oh my God, they're celebrities. I mean, it was just fabulous. It was Rick Sostak was there, and all these authors, Tanya Augsburg. So pretty exciting. If you're a fanboy like me, okay, no, I'm not a fanboy, and I'll prove it. I had a third row seat to Conversation with the Sopranos Saturday at the Mesa Arts Center, and I didn't go because I'm not a fanboy. Okay, let's move on. Easter egg number 1. Hey, here we go. 12, 13 minutes in. Easter egg number 1 is the Tanner model. The Tanner model. Okay, you're gonna have to get familiarized with that. And you're gonna be doing it every week, every module. Okay. I just want to remind everybody, yeah, these videos I wrote down, yes, they're like class time. We don't have classes, we don't meet, but I think it's good to have this, right? Most of you have seemed to be pretty positive about having, up-to-date videos, kind of live, whatever. And I love doing them, okay? So it keeps me fresh. I don't want to recycle any garbage from old. Not that it was garbage back then. Someday this will be old, like tomorrow. Okay, yeah, and plus wherever you are. I mean, some of you are right here in the valley. Some of you are in California, and I'm jealous. Some of you are on the East Coast, out, outside of whatever. I mean, I know Nashville. Well, I can't remember all my students in all 3 classes, but they're everywhere. And last semester, I had a student who was in Tokyo, who's going to be on the Japanese Tokyo Fire Department or something. Very cool, So, okay. Anyways, the IRB ethics, make sure you go and look at that page. The Tanner model I also have in your Canvas too, okay? So you should be able to see there's 5 steps of doing interdisciplinary research. Then you've got the page on IRB ethics info. Make sure you look at it, okay? It's going to go through some of the sensitive issues, the special or vulnerable populations, the topics, and the ones with minimal risk that you can work on. Okay, so then let me see. Okay, all right, now we get to the exciting part. Where's Easter egg 2? Anyways, where did I put it? There's Easter egg number 1. There it is. Okay, good. Okay, I know it's coming. All right, so you're going to do your assignment that's due on November 5th. No, it's open till the 5th. Stop it. It's only actually going to be open till the 26th, but it's due October 23rd, which is Sunday, right? or is it Saturday? Saturday. Okay. It is your research topic. Okay. You must have an approved topic to get through this class. If you don't get an approved topic from me, you don't get through the class. What I used to do is actually set up calls with every single student, talk to them on the phone for a half hour about the topic, and I thought, I am insane. There's no way I'm doing that. So I created a list of reasonable topics that should resonate with each of you somehow. And if it doesn't, I'm asking you, you feel free to send me one of your topics. I'll tell you why you can't do it, and we'll move on. No, just I'm just kidding. No, but feel free to tell me, okay? Now, here's something very important here. Every student in this class, every single one of you, make sure this is crystal clear. The title of your papers are all the same, except for like a couple words. The description of your research is all the same, except for a couple words. And it's in here in bold. And you are to fill in the blanks of this. What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank, comma, revealed in a survey of random adults? Question mark. It's a question. This is your research question. Okay, I'm going to help you out. So let's say you want to do it on student debt. You're going to write, what are some of the opinions, comma, perceptions, and experiences regarding student debt, comma, revealed in a survey of random adults, question mark. That's it. Okay, that's your research. You're done. You get an A. Now, you got to do the work now. So as you can see, it's important. Why? Because research is going to be quantitative or qualitative. We don't have time to do qualitative, which is interpretive, really much about the quality of the data. We're going to go at quantitative, which is more about quantities, all right, quantifying things, okay? So we're going to do quantitative. And then we're going to do a quantitative survey. That's more efficient in this 6.5-week time period to do. So we're going to look for what are the opinions, perceptions, and experiences. It's kind of generic, but it gives you an idea what somebody's shooting for regarding Black Lives Matter movement, whatever. That's great. Okay. Comma, revealed in a survey. It tells the reviewer what you're doing in it, revealed in a survey. But the Black Lives Matter movement is not revealed in a survey of Trump voters or African Americans. It's revealed in a survey of random adults. Okay. So it's important that that entire question, as it is, grammar, everything is exact. Your job is to choose a topic that fits in there. We'll go through some more specifics after we get to the general topic, okay? You're not going to research everything about CBD products or AI or self-driving vehicles, but it gives us a start. I know where everybody's coming from, okay? Now, there is a sample paper. This thing is 50 points. I'm not messing around. I'd like to see some good work here. There's a sample in there. I want you to look at it so you can understand what you're doing. Here's my deal. I don't use rubrics. You don't even use the R word around me. I don't use rubrics. Why? I'll tell you why. I use samples. I show you samples of students' papers that are good, really good, sort of good, excellent, whatever. I'll tell you why. Here's what a rubric does. Oh, I got to check off this, and I'm done. Should be an A. Bull. A rubric makes a ceiling. You don't want to go beyond because you already did it. It's like saying 500 words. My older son used to come to me, Dad, look at this, 500 words. I did 501. Oh my God, kid. You ever hear that Seinfeld line? He's not falling behind and not showing off. Okay, it's just a meaty part of the curve. So now, no rubrics. You do it. You organize your paper, you submit a Word doc, you use paragraph indents, use Times New Roman 12-point font. I'll get into a lot more formatting next week when you actually have step 1 to do, okay? As it is, look at that sample. Then, if you're really courageous, below that sample is another sample. And that is kind of a preview sample of what an entire 5-step project looks like. Do not be intimidated. Almost every student that comes in is intimidated when they find out, my God, it's going to be a 30-page paper. Well, it might be, okay? During the summer, I had someone submit a 77-page paper. Oh my God, that was too much. It was great, it was too much. You don't need to do that, okay? I'm not impressed with length as much as impressed with quality. You need to understand it's going to be, each step is going to be 3 to 5 pages, it could be. You do 5 steps, do the math, right? You add a bibliography in there, if you add an appendix in there, you got a cover page in there, yeah, table of contents. But for anything else in this class, not until the final paper, way end of November, early December, I want no cover page. I want no abstracts. I want no table of contents. I don't want anything. You could do a running header. That's great. Okay. APA formatting, unless you tell me different, but nobody has, so APA formatting. All right. So that's going to be important to take a look at that. All right. Let's go to Easter egg number 2 right away before people just quit. Easter egg number 2 is this is legitimate research. That's right. Easter egg number 2 is this is legitimate research that you're going to be doing. Okay. And I know that's got to be exciting, right? I mean, it's granted, remember it's crawling research. Remember I said crawling. You don't get up and run a marathon when you're 2 years old or whatever you walk at 18 months. I don't know. But you start crawling first. Then you walk. And then you skip. And then you jog. And then you run. And then you sprint. Okay? Like I said, when you go learn how to fly a plane, you do a simulator. Then you do a walk around a Cessna. Then you get in the 2-seater. I did it, you know. You don't go, here's a 747, jump in, right? So we're going to do, but you're still flying, right? When you're in a Cessna, you're still flying a plane, for God's sakes. Same here. You're doing real research. You're just doing it in 7 weeks as a first timer, but you're doing it. So be proud, all right? Let's see. Research as problem-solving skills, AIS conference. Oh, well, I guess, I don't know, I just, thinking process. What is all this? Okay. All right, so we're not doing too bad. I'll talk to you. Like I said, we're going to be doing, this is deciding your research topic. After this, we're going to get into step 1. So you got to stay with it. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, there's going to be very specifics, but I want you to know that for formatting is going to be very important. It really is. You can look me up and people think I'm crazy. Hey, 10,000 steps. And you can hold it against me. I'm a little easier than I used to be, but I would like you to do your best work and submit it. Go from there, okay? If you do it and think I don't care or think you're just going to have to throw something down and get away, it's not going to fly. Discussion boards, just a side note, okay? First introduction, I let people get away with just about anything, okay? When we do other discussion boards, it's going to be a little more important that you write in paragraphs, okay? That you leave a blank instead of a paragraph indent because it's too much of a pain to do indents in discussion boards. I don't even grade anything that's just one long paragraph. I won't do it. I'll just send a 0 and send it back to you. Unfair? Damn right. I'll let you do it over? Damn right. Okay. So don't panic. But self-discipline. Discipline is a big deal. I'm not going to go down there and dig out a huge book on literary theory that I have, but anybody that might be familiar with Michel Foucault and his one of the first interdisciplinarians, I guess you call him that, but wrote a big thing about discipline. You know, I mean, you have discipline in the academia. There's disciplines. There's a reason. It's a box. You know, a silo, whatever. Then you have discipline, like going to prison, paying a fine. All right, parental discipline. There's different types of discipline. Self-discipline and rigor is to demonstrate rigor in this class is going to be important. I know you can do it. I want you to feel proud at the end of it, like you're a better consumer of knowledge. I've said that, right? Okay, I've got to go. You got to go. 25 minutes almost. Okay, Easter egg number 3 is formatting and organization count. Formatting and organization count. Okay, forks up, doubles, peace.